Hello. With the release of our Shuffle Blues backing track, I wanted to talk about repetition. So sometimes we might think that repetition is the sign of something getting boring. When we talk about something being repetitive, it's often a pejorative term, and it means that something is just doing the same thing over and over again and we want to hear something new. But actually, repetition's a really important part of music, and there's a whole huge subject to talk about there. But within improvisation, and in this case in particular blues improvisation, we can think about a number of ways in which repetition can help us construct solos and play in an interesting and exciting musical way. So the first thing is that as soon as you repeat a phrase, you are establishing the clear structure of what you are doing to your listener. So if I play at the beginning of a solo, and then I repeat it, as well as hearing those two little phrases, little licks, the listener has heard that thing and that thing again, so I'm establishing some kind of pattern. Now, obviously, if I just kept playing the same thing, it would get boring. But then another thing we can do with repetition is repetition with development. So the next thing I might do in the solo might be the same with something else. So I did that by getting longer, but there's other ways that I could have done that as well. So if I had started my first one on the beat, 2, 3, 4, like that, then I might start my next lick, which could be the same, on a different beat or off the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Which is subtle, but it provides a bit of interest and recontextualizes the same lick. Now, the other kind of thing you can do is repeat not just exact sets of notes, but you can repeat ideas a bit more broadly. So if I started with this again, I could do the same lick starting somewhere else. Now there, in the ear of somebody who's listening to that, they can hear the connection between the different things that are happening, that there is a repeat of that bent up note and then letting it down, even though the notes are different each time. And these repetitions and developments can be taken on quite far. So if I start like this, add a note, play it somewhere else, play it slower, and then I might play it kind of backwards, or I might play with a much longer tail to it. So if we approach creating solos this way, we can build something that's not only just either a set of licks or just a bunch of notes that sound okay but just seem to follow each other without much structure or meaning. We can create a solo that has structured parts that relate to each other. They repeat, but they change, they develop, and they take you somewhere. So here's an example solo over the Shuffle Blues backing track where I've tried to use some of these techniques. So when you're listening to this, try and hear how I've taken a phrase and then developed it and changed it before perhaps moving on to another phrase and doing the same thing. Hope you enjoy it.